Welcome back, everybody, to the Spring Major Expert Division opening round. We're going to do hole 12, 13, and 14 here. Finzel made these shots, so I'm going to go ahead and post the video for everyone and kind of talk you through it. Try to do a quick run through with the basics here, show you the video, and carry on so we can get the rest of this knocked out. So hole 12. The drive is P0 plus 20% max. We're using 6 top spin, 3 right spin. We're going to use right curl so that the spongy line between the two balls is touching the outside of the triangle to the right. And we're going to play this with circle drop OP. Pull is a slight 1159 pull. APOC 8, the blue ring will be touching the right rough. APOC 7, 1/3 of the blue ring in the right rough. And then APOC 5 and 6 is 2/3 of the blue ring in the right rough. That's all at P3 max rest. If you want, if you have some alpine balls like this, P2 Wind 4 precision balls, then after you set up with your P3 and adjust, you can switch to those. We're trying to get down to the end of the fairway to get ourselves a good look at the sniper rough bump. You'll need APOC 5 plus for the drive and sniper 9 plus for the approach. Target yardage is right around 377. The approach here is going to play P3 plus 0% elevation at 50% slider, right? So all we're going to do is our check there, get our plus yard number, right? So it's the bullseye splitting the green fringe check. That's going to give us a plus yard, and that plus yard is going to tell us what we're going to do with the number. So 3 top spin, 3 left spin, slight 1159 on the pull, and you want to have the ball guide to the back of the hole and aimed center up. All right. So your slider is already going to be set at 50%, right? And what we're going to do when we get our plus yard check from our bullseye green fringe line, that's going to tell us what we need to do to that number. So you'll have P3 in your app, 0% elevation. You'll look at the 50% number. If your plus yard check is at the +2, then you don't need to make any changes. That's where it was set at. All right. If you're at the +1 or the +0, you'll minus 0.1 from your adjustment. There's our check right there. He's at the +3, right? So if you're at the +3 or the +4, you'll add 0.1 to the adjustment. If you're at the +5, you add 0.2, +6 add +6 or +7 will add 0.3, and +8 adds 0.4 to that number. So you'll have P3, 0% elevation, 50% slider in your app. If you go do your check and you're at the +6, whatever that number is, you'll add 0.3 to it. That's what you pull. So it's simplified in the fact that you don't have to go out and search for your slider or fool with the slider in the middle of a shot. It'll already be set. All you have to do is look at the number, and add or subtract 0.1 or 2 or 3. Good opportunity here. Definitely practice it and make sure you're comfortable with the drive and the approach. For hole number 13, this one we're going to be playing a rough bump with the sniper using a wind 5. So P0 plus, side spin 2 plus, and a wind 5 ball. The adjustment is P2 numbers plus 45% max, always using sniper 10 numbers. 0.2 top spin and 1.5 right spin. You're going to want to favor 1.6 over 1.4, right? A little bit more is better than a little bit less. There is no curl to this shot. We're going to set up with the ball guide. The yellow ring should be near the rough fairway line on the top, and your ball guide should be just through the center of the cup, all right? You will want to favor a slight 1159 here. And it is a tough drop, but this one has dropped several times, and we feel like it's going to give you the best option. We all know at this point that this is, a tough hole to drop. But this will give you the opportunity. The only thing you need to do is make sure that you're pulling it with that little bit of 1159 so that you do not fly the rough, right? There are some wind angle tweaks here. And so if you are looking at your bullseye here, if your center line is kind of pointing more toward the tree on the left, then that's kind of like the headwind angle or wind angle number 1. If your wind is 4.9 to 5.3, minus 0.1 from the adjustment and add 1 click of OP, right? And if it's between 5.4 and 6.3, you'll minus 0.1 from the adjustment and add 2 clicks of OP, right? If you're more to the center between, say, the right side of the bushes and the tree, kind of pointing towards the center of that area, then 4.9 to 5.8, you'll minus 0.1 from the adjustment, and 5.9 to 6.3 is no change. And if you're have the more crosswind angle where you're kind of pointing down the rough line, the parallel to the rough line on the right, then that's no change in that wind angle. So a couple of minor tweaks, but those are put in there just to kind of give you the best chance at a drop. We definitely recommend that you practice this one a couple of times, as it is a tough hole to drop. And with a little bit of effort, though, you could gain one on the field here and drop this hole for the hole-in-one and walk away with the eagle on hole 13. Right, P2 plus 45 max, sniper 10 numbers. For hole number 14, we're going to be setting up for a thorn bounce up shot using a kingmaker. APOC 5 plus, thorn 8 plus, generally speaking, but I'm sure you can do this with a lower level thorn. You just may have to make some additional tweaks, right? The adjustment for the drive is P0 plus 20% max. We're using 2 top spin, 2 right spin, and circle drop OP with no curl, right? Pulling this with a slight 1201. APOC 8 is blue ring touching the right rough. APOC 7 is a third of the blue ring in, and APOC 5 and 6 is 2/3 of the blue ring in, and that is at P3 max rest. No curl, circle drop OP. We're looking for right around 346 plus here. Puts us in a good range to pick up this thorn shot. The adjustment for the approach is P3, 0 elevation at slider. We're going to use 2 backspin only, no curl, no OP. We do want to pull this one with a slight 1201. Make sure that the ball guide is just to the hole with the shortened ball guide. And so you can get in some situations, depending on the green and where your bounce is landing, you can get a little bit longer of a tail on your ball guide. Make sure you continue to push it up and your bullseye is on the green and you don't have a long misleading tail. It should be, somewhere around what you're seeing in the video here. So you want it to be just to the hole, aim center cup. We're going to count rings for men, get our slider value, right? 1% per ring from men. P3, 0% elevation at slider, 2 backspin only. Very simple shot, very good opportunity for the eagle here. So good luck. I hope you all get some drops on these few holes. And we'll try and get the rest of them posted here in a few minutes.